Hi guys, how you all doing? I'm good myself. I just wanted to update you guys on the setup that I gave you on Sunday night. Yes, remember we were expecting it to go at least there before dropping. We knew it was time to go down, but remember, we don't chase the price. We wait for the right areas, price to get to the right areas, and then if you had missed the trade from there, it means you'll be waiting like myself for it to go and retest, of which it didn't do. Remember, so these are the reasons. If you're not here the other day, make sure that if it's your first time here, make sure that you hit the bell icon and you subscribe, because this is where I share, the trade setups, trade ideas, and also the tips. So remember when we did the analysis 2 days ago, that's when we did it all the way from the bottom, where we had the monthly what do you call this, monthly trend line, and also monthly support there. And then I'm not gonna go into details, because the last video I posted on this channel was about this, and we spoke about the old trend line being broken by the move from there, and then the price going back and testing it, and then coming down like that. And also another thing to note was that monthly trend line was here, and then here we had a nice area of weekly support, which is the one that you must try and link everything together. Okay, let's use green. That gave us this move, and that move broke the old trend line, you see. So this was a nice area of support, and then we said you could take trades from there. And then now we were talking about this being the possible area of reversal, simply because remember, as much as we're coming from monthly, but we know that price does not always move like this, like this. It will find areas where it will get rejected just to breathe before maybe taking another thing to the upside. So here we can put our weekly trend line here. Our weekly trend line is there, which is the bearish one, which is why we said we hit the bearish trend line, and then that's why we're looking for reasons to go short, just to catch breath. Maybe it will go all the way down before taking off, or it will continue going down like that, but we were expecting some reaction there. It might be a big move, it might be a short move, but we don't really expect it to be a long-term move to the downside, simply because we're coming from that monthly zone there and the monthly trend line, right? So now let me show you what we had on daily. On daily, remember, we had this guy, and this guy was exactly at the side, at the what do you call this, at the trend line that we spoke about. The trend line that we spoke about, which is this one here. That's where you had the rejection. So remember, that's what I'm saying. When you're putting your take profit, it doesn't help you saying I'm gonna exit here. I mean, yes, that's the nearest area of resistance that you had, but price can also find resistance in the form of a trend line, especially if the trend line belongs to a higher time frame. So that's why when we're looking at this, we said, on weekly we have hit the weekly bearish trend line. On daily we have a bearish rejection candlestick at that trend line. So it means on H4, if I get a reason to sell, I'm going to sell, because my higher time frames, they are saying that I can sell, which is why we were lean so adamant that it will drop, you see. So but because we know it's gonna drop, it doesn't mean I should just go there and jump in at any point, which is why when we did the analysis 2 days back, the only area that made sense for us to sell from was this one. Why? Which is why I have the limit orders there, because when we were still going up, this was the bullish trend line, right? And this, after forming this zone here, the price came back and broke the support and broke the trend line, which means that zone here is the one that is strong. Why? That's why I was expecting maybe something like that before taking off, but in this case it didn't go all the way up there. It only went up until here, which means we missed the trade, but it's fine. Why? Because because a missed trade is not a loss. You can still catch the next one. So here we had this, which is where the price turned before going there, and then now this has been broken, you see. Which means this is our guy here. We can take another sell from here. So these ones you have to delete, they're too far now, so you need to bring them down here inside this zone. Why? Because this zone is the one that gave us the last push down and broke this guy, you see. And now that we played here before coming down, it means now we have a lower low. Remember, if you have a lower low, it means you can have a bearish trend line. So which means this is the new trend line, the bearish trend line that you just formed now, and this is your nearest area of resistance. So which means should the price rally up, you are more than welcome to look for trades and hope that it will continue going down, because remember, our higher time frames, they support that, but it does not mean it's 100% guaranteed. But I'm just saying, based on the market structure that we are having currently, this is what you can look out for. Should the price go up, we don't predict, let me say it this way, we don't predict this. We are saying we are bearish, so we don't predict this pullback. We only predict where this one's the next impulse move in the direction of the trend is going to start. So we don't predict pullbacks. That's why we don't trade them. The moment you're trying to predict pullbacks, you are going to try and trade them, of which is, you can't try and trade against the trend that you're saying you're having on that time frame. So that's why we can say, should the price maybe pull back from where it is, it doesn't matter whether it comes here and then pull back. Should it pull back to this level, that's what we are going to try and hope that the next impulse move to the downside is going to start there, you see. So now I just need to move these guys and bring them here. So because if I leave them up there, this is how it's gonna mess me up. Should I leave them up there, it means because the price now gave me, I hope you still follow, because now the price gave me a bearish trend line right on H4. So H4 is bearish. So should I leave them up there, which means I'm planning on taking them on H4. So by the time the price gets there, H4 won't be bearish anymore. So why would I still want to sell on that H4 from that area if the H4 by the time it gets there, it won't be bearish anymore, you see. So that's why I'm putting them here, because I just hope that the price will get there without breaking the area, the trend line. That is how you should trade. And someone can ask, why do I have two trades here? Remember, how can I put this? Yes, the level is here, right? The level is here, the zone is here, which is the resistance that gave us, we, like I already mentioned, give this move and broke the support and broke the trend line. It's there, right? So which is what gave me the first entry. This buy limit here, I just put it exactly at that level. But if you feel like maybe the zone is too big and then you want to drill it down, scale it down so that you can get maybe a much more discounted entry, so that the stop loss are gonna be there. So my stop loss is supposed to be up there, but I was still watching it. It's H4. Nothing can happen without me having a time to react and sort of what do you call this, open my charts. If I'm trading M15, obviously I have to put the stop loss immediately. Sometimes even on H4 I put it immediately, but here I was like, no, it's fine, I'll see it because I'll be monitoring it. So here, if you feel like the zone is too big, all you have to do is to drill down, which is what I did. That's why I have two entries there, but they are at the same level, H4. So this is, it was placed on H4, this was placed on H1 like this. So all in all, that's the update on our setup here on VIX 75. Oh, this was nice. If you are using, you see, that's why you need to pick your time frames and stick by those time frames. Don't switch. So if you are trading H4 like myself, then it means you missed the trade. Why? Because the price didn't go there. But if you are trading H1, it means you would have gotten the trade. Why? Because let's say you missed it and the price came back like that, right? And then the price did this and then it came back. We can all agree that the last time it turned here and then now it came here, which is higher than the previous one. So this is definitely higher than this. I can zoom in if you don't believe me so that you can see it. This second point is higher than this. If should I put a horizontal line for you guys? If you're blind, yes, you can see this one ends here, and then here you can see it went up. You see, that's a higher high, which means what I know about a higher high is that when I have a higher high, it means I can put a bullish trend line. So it means at some point you had a bullish trend line there, right? So if that's my bullish trend line, let's use the actual trend line. If that's my sort of if this is my bullish trend line, can you all agree that this candlestick here does not touch the trend line? Zoom in as much as you can. It does not touch the trend line, which means this is a candlestick that broke my trend line, and it even went lower than the support that gave me that higher high. So it means this area of resistance is sort of significant. Why? Which is the same thing as what we had on H4. This area of resistance, whether you want to draw it here or you want to draw it here, this area of resistance is significant because it gave me this move and broke the trend line and it broke the support, which means should the price pull back there, I can take that trade. So which is exactly what the price did. It went back to this area of resistance that broke the trend line and support, and that's why you have gotten your trade if you're trading H1. So you just need to pick your time frames, but the way you apply the concept is not going to change. Whether I trade daily, you trade H1, the way you apply these rules mustn't change because the structure is not going to change. An area of support on daily, the way I draw it, the way I identify it is going to be the same regardless of whether I sort of identify it on H1 or daily. It does not really matter. So here, if you were trading H1, you would have gotten your trade. I hope it makes sense. And then for us, the H4 group, tough luck. Unfortunately, we missed the trade, but it's not a loss. We still have all our money. We didn't lose anything. We just missed the trade. We'll catch the next train. It's fine. And then I think we're gonna end it here. And then for those ones that are interested in the mentorship or to learn this way, to learn to analyze the market the way I do, if you are, if you think the way I do it, it's easier, it will be easier for you just to, if you knew how to analyze like this, it will make your life easier. Then you can just join my mentorship program. Currently, I do have guys that we started last week. And so far they're coming all right. I'll just update you, especially towards the end, telling you how they are doing. But I'm just teaching them how to analyze like this, and then we have one-on-one sessions, we have group sessions and stuff like that. That's where I make sure that the group is small, so that it's easy for me to learn all of them, who is still a beginner, who is sort of in the middle class and stuff like that. And then if you're interested, you just join in the next group. But remember, keep in mind, I don't want a big group. Small group, it's easy for me to manage, it's easy for me to know everyone, it's easy for me to know who needs more attention, stuff like that. So this one, I'm gonna end it there, and then that's what you can expect from it, somewhere around there. If it gets there, try and look for reasons to go short and join this H4 downtrend. So maybe we'll do something like this. If it doesn't, then it's tough luck, guys. It's tough luck. It means if you're trading H4, it never even wanted to give you a chance. But if you're trading H1, you'll be in. You'll be in it. So that's how you analyze, guys. That's how you analyze. All right, I'm gonna end it like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next one. Sharp.